Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome you all to my channel again. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is heat. This is for the students of class 7 basically. So let's start our topic. So from the topic heat, main two things we have to know, that is about heat and temperature. So from the heat portion, these things we are cover, and from the temperature, this thing we have to cover. So here concept, device to measure, then unit, conversion of unit, then method of heat transfer, land breeze, sea breeze, then concept of temperature, device to measure the temperature, then unit, then relation of unit, difference between heat and temperature. So these all things are important facts that today we will learn. So start it. The first is concept. The heat, if I ask what is a heat, now it is a form of energy. What is energy? Energy neither be created or destructed, because energy can change from one form to another. Simply it can change or it can convert from one form to another. Heat is also same. We can convert it from one form to another, like suppose example LED. So in LED light, heat energy converts into light energy. Then in geothermal power, their heat energy converts into the electrical energy. Steam engine, their heat energy converts into mechanical energy. So this is how heat is converted to various forms of energy. Now next thing is that we have to understand by which device we can measure it. Okay. Suppose you have a object which is very hot. How you can understand? When you will touch it, then and then remove your hand, and you can easily understand this is a very hot object. And opposite thing will happen when you will touch any cold object. So any hot or cold object, how they become hot or cold? Definitely by absorbing the heat, any cold object becomes hot, and by rejecting the heat, any hot object becomes cold. So absorption of heat and then rejection of heat, these two incidents are very important for getting any hot or any cold object. Now I am coming to the device, calorie meter. So calorie meter, this is one device by which you can measure the heat, which is hot, which is cold. Now how to measure it? By using unit. How many units you have? Two units. One is CGS, then SI. In CGS we have calorie, in SI we have joule. So next, conversion of unit, when CGS to SI, how to do it? 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joule. Suppose in your question you have 25 calorie equal to how much joule? How you can convert? Simply 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joule, then 25 calorie equal to 4.2 into 25 joule. So this is how you can do the conversion of unit of heat energy. Okay. Next thing is that method of heat transfer. So heat transfer means, definitely just few minutes before I said कि by absorption or rejection of heat, any hot object becomes cold or cold object becomes hot. So how heat is transferred? By three methods: conduction, convection, radiation. So in conduction method, the particles of a substance will not change their places at all. They will be fixed at their places. Simply from one particle to another particle, the heat energy will be transferred. Suppose in a single row, total 10 children are standing, and I gave my book to the first person and said, Beta, you have to pass the book to the last child. So how he or she can do it without changing the place? Simply he or she will pass the book to the next child, then again to the next child. So this is how the book will pass out, and ultimately it will reach to the final or the last child. So this is actual fact of conduction. So in conduction method, particles are not moving from their places. And this is completely opposite procedure of convection. Because in convection procedure, the particles or the molecules of the substance actively participate for heat transfer. The hotter molecules will change their places, and there in the vacant place the cooler molecules will come. They will become hot and again they will pass out. So this is how the molecules will change their places, or they will move up and down, and this is how the whole object will become hot. For example, I can say you have a container full of water and you want to boil it. How you can do? Simply you will apply the heat. You will take the container on your gas burner. You will put it on the gas burner, and then what will happen? The water molecule which are present at the bottommost layer, they will become much more hotter at the first time. Then the hotter molecules are having very low density, lighter in weight, so easily they will move up. And from the upper layer, comparatively the molecules, those who are cold, they will move down. And again they will absorb the heat. They will become hot and again they will move up. So by moving up and down, the particles will absorb the heat totally. Now all of your water, full the container, that will be hot. The whole container will be hot and the water will start to boil. But the last method, radiation. Here you cannot find any object or any medium is supporting, because in the case of radiation we do not require any medium, we do not require any help of particles. So directly from a hotter body to a cooler body, the heat energy can radiate. For example, from the sun to the earth, heat energy directly can radiate. Because we know between the sun and the earth, a lot of spaces are there which are vacant, no medium, no particles, nothing. So how heat will come from the sun to our earth? Direct radiation, by direct radiation. Now land breeze and sea breeze, you can say these two are natural phenomena or natural incident or example of convection method. Because in convection method, the molecules are taking active participation to transfer the heat. So these two are natural incident. How? Acha, first, during daytime, what incident will happen? See, at the first, water and land, two portions we have to imagine. Then during daytime, the land portion absorb the heat much more, and then the air particles which are present in the upper layer of land, they will become hotter. Okay, so they become lighter in weight due to low density, and directly they will rush into the water body. Okay, so comparatively, the particles which are present on the layer of seaside area or the water body, they are cooler. Comparatively, they are cooler. Fine. So at that time, what will happen? That cooler particle will rush towards the land side to occupy the vacant space. So from which direction the wind is coming? From seaside area. And we say this is sea breeze. So at during the daytime we find sea breeze. And what about land breeze? Land breeze opposite. At night, that time land portion can radiate the heat energy more than water bodies. So, the air particles which are present at the upper layer of land, they radiate the heat more and they become cool down. So, this is completely opposite incident of sea breeze. Now, if we think about the sea portion, what will happen there? Now, in seaside area, the molecules, the air molecules which are present on the upper layer of sea, they are now hotter because the air which is present on the sea area, they cannot radiate faster. So that molecules are hotter and they are lighter in weight because they are having low density. Directly they will rush out to the land side area. And now the particles or air particles, those who are present on the land, they are cooler particles. So where they will go? They will go to the seaside area to occupy the vacant space. Now it is completely opposite incident because here during night time the air particles from the land side area are rushing towards the seaside zone. It is opposite procedure and called land breeze. So this incident we see at night, and sea breeze. Here it is written water to land. So the wind is coming from water bodies to the land area. So sea breeze we find during daytime. Okay. So here the heat is completed. Now we are coming to the next topic, temperature. The first thing is that concept. Concept means definition. We have to understand what is the temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of any object. If I say the object is cold, so how much this is cold? If I say this is a very hot object, so how much this is hot? So degree of hotness and coldness we measure by temperature. Okay. Now device to measure, thermometer. Simply thermometer we use to measure temperature. Different kinds of thermometer we have, like a clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer. So clinical thermometer, that means we use it for measuring our human body temperature. By using clinical thermometer, you cannot measure any other objects. Only human body temperature can be measured by clinical thermometer. And our normal body temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. What is the range of clinical thermometer? 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. That's all. This is the range of clinical thermometer. Now laboratory thermometer, vast use of it we can see. In all laboratory purposes, we can use the laboratory thermometer. Because here we have a long range. Minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So the range is huge. So for any experiment cases, for any laboratory purposes, we can use that type of thermometer. Nowadays, in our market, we see digital thermometer, which is very handy, lighter in weight and very safe to use. Why? What kind of thermometer is digital? Is it clinical or laboratory? Definitely this is clinical thermometer. Because by using the digital thermometer, we use human body temperature. So what is the difference? Now in previous days, we use the mercury thread inside the clinical thermometer. Now mercury is toxic, not good for our health. So we should be very careful while we are handling the mercury. By any chance, if your thermometer will be broken up, so mercury thread will come out. So how to handle it? This is a very difficult question. To remove this problem or to sort out this problem, nowadays we have digital. So in digital thermometer, we do not use the mercury thread. So easily we can get the body temperature, our body temperature definitely. Acha, next is that units. Units. The unit means unit of temperature, that is Kelvin, Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. So the three kind of unit I have said: degree Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. There must be relation among them. What is the relation? Suppose I have one example like convert 42 degree Celsius to Kelvin. Now you will ask, ma'am, how? How we will convert degree Celsius to Kelvin? Simply you have a relation and apply that. Kelvin equal to degree Celsius plus 273. This is not a round figure 273. This is a decimal number. But for our calculation, I have taken the round number. 273. This is a round of number. This is not accurate. There must be a decimal number 273.15. But here for the calculation, I have taken it. So if I say 25 degrees Celsius, convert it to Kelvin. How to do? 25 plus 273. Next, Fahrenheit and Celsius. This is the relation. Ki Fahrenheit equal to 9 by 5 into degree Celsius plus 32. Apply the formula and you will get your result. Next is that Fahrenheit and Kelvin. So Fahrenheit equal to Kelvin minus 273 plus 9 by 5 then plus 32. So this is how you can convert any unit of temperature to another unit of temperature. Next, difference between heat and temperature. This is our last subtopic. So from the whole discussion, this thing is very clear. If I say heat is a cause, temperature is the result. If I apply the heat, then the degree of hotness and coldness I can find, otherwise not. Next, about the unit, we measure in calorie and joule. Heat. By using Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit, we can measure temperature. By using calorie meter, I measure heat. By using thermometer, I measure temperature. Any more differences also you can write. So basically, method, unit, device. If you have the clear-cut concept regarding these three things of heat and temperature, so automatically you can make the difference point. What is heat and what is the temperature? Without heat, you cannot get the temperature. It is a cause, it is the effect. Okay, so for today, up to this topic or up to this portion, I think all okay for you all. So the things, the topic, subtopic that I discussed with you, if you have any problem, if you have any more query regarding the chapter, you can ask me in the comment box. And the questions from the chapter hit all the important question, I will give you in the form of link in my description box. So from there you can take the question and practice. I think it will be helpful for you. So for today, bye everyone. Be safe and healthy.